Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy So, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of Fight Rewind. This time, we're covering BKFC 57, going down February 2nd at the Hollywood Hard Rock and Hotel. And joining us tonight is Justin, Joy Boy Ibarrola. He's going to be putting on a show that night, aren't you, my brother?
Absolutely, man. This is the one, bro. I got my feet wet. We're ready to roll.
Yes, sir. And, bro, you know, our relationship has gone a long way, right? Like, we met when you were training Frank and he was still doing his thing and became champ. That shit was fucking a great run for you guys. Yeah. And then you started dabbling in, like, getting more serious about your craft with not only training, but just like boxing in general. You were teaching a lot. You had a lot of different weight classes in your gym, boxing, Black Sheep. It's like you had so many things going, and then you were like, I'm going to flip the switch and head on over to BKFC myself. How has that transition been for you?
So now that I'm in it, I could say maybe I was a little too cocky. Maybe I was a little too cocky. But I still I respect the sport more now, but I still think I have the advantage in every fight. I have the advantage every fight just because of the skill that I've crafted in boxing. Everyone's hating on boxing right now. Everyone in bare knuckle wants to expose boxing. They want to trash boxing. They want to get rid of the word boxing and bare knuckle. I've noticed that, and I'm here to save it. I'm here to save it, bro. I'm not gonna let that shit down. People like people like Bryce Henry as well. You know, he's one boxer that I think is saving the sport too. He's proven a lot. You know, I've noticed a lot of guys that I might not know personally that are boxing that are looking, you know, pretty good in there. Obviously, we got Austin Trout, the main event. You know, I mean, boxing's not dead in this bare knuckle shit, man. We're here to prove something, and they definitely have the advantage. So,
I think that's a great point, Justin. And, you know, like kind of like what they say in MMA, right? Where like you need to have a good wrestling or jiu-jitsu foundation in order to be a complete type of MMA fighter, right? I feel the same way about bare knuckle boxing, right? Because you need to be able to execute traditionally boxing movements, right? How to move your feet forward, side to side, throwing a jab, throwing a hook, ducking, head movement. All of those things are very important things that get exposed in bare knuckle boxing when you don't have those key bases. Is that what gives you the edge over these guys that are your opponents?
Absolutely, man. You know, I say it over and over again. If you're against me and you try to play this chess match with boxing, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose every single time. You're gonna make it easy on me. If you're I will say one thing. If you're an aggressive fighter, you know, and you don't have a lot of technical boxing skill, that doesn't count you out. Still, it's bare knuckle. You know.
Do you think that's a more dangerous fighter in BKFC?
This might get a little like confusing.
Let's break it down.
We're gonna break it down. So, I definitely think for boxers, the aggressive fight is definitely more difficult. But there's a lot of guys who claim to be boxers that I don't respect because they box, but they're not boxers. They're not real, but they train boxing, but they're not boxers, man. So when someone says they're a boxer and that they're going to win because they have that boxing skill, man, just by looking at them first 30 seconds, I know it's bullshit or not. Because even if you're fighting an aggressive guy, if you're a real boxer, bro, because they're aggressive, you should be able to dance all over them.
True.
You should be able to move around that ring and have a good night. Now, it's bare knuckle. It's not a big ring. So if you do get caught on the ropes, you're in for a hell of a treat. Then again, someone like me who has good boxing, and I do have a wrestling background. I actually grew up a wrestler. A lot of people don't know that. I only started boxing at 19. That's only been 6 years. I've been doing judo and wrestling since I was 8 years old.
Awesome base.
So if you're an aggressive fighter who likes to clinch, a boxer's going to have a hard time. But With me, I know how to tie up. I know how to get aggressive in the clinch. I know how to frustrate you and lock down your punches. Like you're not just gonna grab me and start banging me. Like you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna get frustrated. That's what I did in my first fight, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't in the best shape of my life, but I was able to use leverage every time he tried clinching me to stop him from punching. And you could see it in his face. He was frustrated as hell when
Yeah.
I was doing that.
And I think, I was going to bring up that fight against Gilberto Aguilar, because that was the first time I actually saw you in BKFC when you were making your debut. And when I saw you fighting, I was like, okay, yeah, Justin's in a fight, right? And it's obvious that he's learning what BKFC is about, but he definitely has the edge because he has the movement, he's sticking and moving, and his cardio was way better. And then in that second fight, right, that I watched, that you had in Miami against Anthony Fry, I saw the same thing. A lot of head movement, a lot of jabs, a lot of dodging, a lot of sitting down and attacking the body. Those are things that traditional boxers do and then use that to their advantage in BKFC. What's the game plan for Landon Williams, who's not necessarily a huge threat, right? He's 0-1 in BKFC, but this is a guy who's coming in with a game plan. How are you going to counteract
that? So I, obviously did my studying. I know he's a Muay Thai guy.
Mm-hmm.
Kickboxer dude. He has no chance. Just off of that, he has no chance. You're going into a stand-up fight,
right?
Someone who knows how to ground himself, ground his feet. I'll give him the, I'll say, maybe he'll do well in the clinch, but
right.
But I mean, like I said, if you're gonna clinch me, I'm gonna sit on my punches. I'm gonna stop you from punching, and he's kickboxers, they're more square, and I could definitely see that from his first fight. He's square. He's an open body.
Mm-hmm.
He's an open body. So unlucky for him. This is one of the best camps I've had. It's the strongest I've been. He's catching me at a heavier weight class, so everyone knows I hit hard. I don't have a knockout, okay, but knockouts aren't about how hard you can hit. It's about the precision.
Where you put them.
So I hit hard, and now that I got a little more weight to play around with, he's gonna have a hell of a night, man. Like I said, I'm the most confident I've been for this fight. I have 2 bare knuckle fights, so I'm coming in more confident. I'm coming in more joyful, and I'm just gonna have fun. I don't even care about the knockout, bro. Like I've been telling everybody, fuck the knockout. I'm here to outclass people. I'm here to showcase skill. That's all I want to do. That's what the fans really want to see. The knockouts are amazing, but anybody can get a knockout if all they do is fucking brawl and scrap. Anybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially in this sport, right?
Right, exactly. So I don't got to prove I got to knock somebody out. If I really wanted to, I could just by brawling, but that's a risk on me. I could get knocked out in that process.
True.
So
let me ask you a question, Justin. I've been doing a couple of these pre-fight interviews. A lot of the guys, are in this in-between stage, right, where they fight in 2 divisions, and that's what they prefer. You're currently at 135. That's where you feel most comfortable, and obviously, like you stated earlier, this is where you're kind of your strongest. In this division, which is extremely stacked, besides Landon Williams, and I'm saying don't look ahead, but do you see places where you can be like, man, I can fight these 2 guys and probably put myself in the top 5?
We're talking about 145?
145 and 135.
If you want my honest opinion, I think 145 is the least competitive weight class in BKFC right now.
Okay.
Not to discredit anybody. I think everybody's a good fighter. I think they're more scrap. I would say they're more of a. They got more of the dog. They got dog in them. They're aggressive, but I don't see skill in that weight class. Especially from Kai Story. I think he's the worst champion in BKFC. But that's another topic to talk about.
I had Louis winning that fight, and I'm not partial to either one of those guys. I know Louis; he's a cool dude. And I've met Kai once, but I really thought Louis walked away with that one.
Yeah, good for Kai, but I don't see the skill. What he's doing is working, obviously.
Right.
He's playing the pressure game. and it takes less skill, but I'll give him credit, he has some amazing cardio, bro, and that will take you far in this BKFC shit. If you can just press the whole
Absolutely.
time, you have a better chance of winning. Now, with 135, I actually, I like to talk a lot of shit because who doesn't want the number one spot?
Facts.
I'm not gonna lower my standards, right? So I talk a lot of shit, but that doesn't mean I don't have respect for these fighters. Keith Richardson, I I definitely think I don't think anyone's gonna have an easy go at Keith Richardson. I think he's there to stay for that belt. He looks like a strong, sound fighter. His first fight was the toughest fight he's had, in my
Yep.
opinion. So I think he's there to stay.
Hell of a target to get to.
If I fought Keith, I think it will be a 5-round masterclass. If I fought Keith, I would actually really like that fight because I think it will just be a masterclass of skill, and we would just go 5 rounds and entertain. So that's a cool one. The top 5 in 135-pound division. Let me not say top 5 because those last 2 don't enter my book. I'm gonna say
Are you talking about Travis and that?
That should have been gone off that roster. He don't fight 135. He should be off that roster.
I hear you.
Who's the other guy? Oh, Thompson. See,
Yeah.
Respect to Thompson. He's 5 and 6 now.
Yes, sir.
So he's on there because he's a veteran. I mean, someone has to take him off the roster. Who we got? Reber.
We got Reber in there. Jared is at number 2, and then ex-champ Reggie Barnett at number 1.
Yeah, Jared Grant at number 2, and let me tell you, man, I for the Anthony Foy fight, Jared Grant was my sparring partner actually, and I don't think Reber has a chance against me or Grant. I think Grant beats Barnett in the rematch. I wouldn't like to fight Grant because I'm cool with him unless it was for the title. So whoever gets it,
it could happen.
Whoever gets it first, and at the end of the day, even if you're fighting your friend, man, it's like having a little brother. Like you're always gonna argue, bicker, and beat up on each other, but you're gonna have respect for each other at the end of the day. That's how I look at fighting. So when I'm over here talking shit about a fighter, or they're talking shit at me, or we're getting aggressive, we're talking back, that's how I think of it. Just a little big bro, little bro argument, and winner takes all, and just have a good day. So
absolutely, man. That's that level of professionalism, right?
Yeah, I never hate anybody. I talk a lot of shit. Like I said, I don't hate nobody. It's just the game. I'm not gonna be nice. If I'm trying to fight you, everyone wants to be at the top, man. Everyone wants to be at the top. That's all it is at the end of the day. So
yeah.
But I want to go back to the 145-pound division too, because who we got? We got obviously HD, my boy.
Right.
We got Roberto Duran.
Right now you got Louis Lopez is 1 in the featherweight. Then you got Brandon. Then you got HD. Then you got James Brown, and then Freddie Masabo.
Oh, Brandon Allen. I forgot about Brandon Allen. Okay, so
good one. Man, well, you know what it is? You know what it is for me, Justin? Like the variation of fighters that you get in these 2 weight classes, like there's a wide spectrum, dude. So like you said, you need to be on your P's and Q's because a lot of these dudes that are in the top 5, or in that top 10 that you would consider are guys with boxing backgrounds, right? And can really go out there and face different type of opponents. I put you right in that class. You know what I mean? And that's why I think just again, and things on a lighter note, that's why I think you're one of the most dangerous fighters in this division because you have that pedigree of boxing. Same thing with Bryce, same thing with HD. Like you guys carry a different level of boxing skills in there. Not to say that you guys don't have that dog in you, but some guys just rely on that dog. Some guys, try to mix it up.
We don't have to be aggressive. That's the funny part. So, everyone favors the aggressive fighter, but with me, Bryce, HD, what we all have in common, we don't fall into that trap of aggression, man. We stay composed.
I hear you. All right,
let's set you up.
Let's end it on a good note. Let's end it on a fun note. One of my favorite questions is I like to know what's coming in the music selection. Your nickname is the Joy Boy. I know you got something energetic. You came out with the Shamrock that first time. Like, What's on deck, brother? I know you got
Are we
something
going
for the
for
people.
the spoiler? Are we going for the spoiler?
Just a little one. I don't want to hear too much, but just a little one.
For you, so man, I'm happy to spoil the walkout music. So the first two fights, I try to do a little more serious walkout. You know, game face.
Right.
You know, a little more intense, right? So, like I said, Joey Boy is coming to rule the division, so we're gonna have a little more fun this time. I'm walking out to some Nicki Minaj, man. Everybody is the name of the song. We're just gonna get that place bumping.
Banging right now.
We're gonna dance it out there. We're gonna smile big, and we're just gonna have fun. I'm bringing a big crowd, man.
Fuck yeah, you do, brother. So, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, man. And you know what? That's a great song for the evening too, man. You know, everybody always goes dressed up to the nines, everybody looking sharp out there. Yeah. So that's gonna be a good fucking vibe to set the mood for the evening on February 2nd.
Have some fun with it. So
awesome, bro. Hey man, let the people know where they can find you on your social media, man. And like let's give it a little shout out to your sponsors as well, brother.
For sure, man. So social media, all my social medias are the same, Team Ibarrola. If you want to know how to spell it, Ibarrola. And yeah, man, huge shout out to my sponsors. I really needed it. Obviously, every camp, who doesn't? It really helps, you know, fund all the training. The more sponsors, the better training I can get. So, you know, I have some big sponsors. Inkaholics is a new one. Inkaholics, that's a big one. You know, I was shocked to get that, but he's real cool.
Makes sense. You guys are in that tattoo game.
Right. Yep. I like to shout out Joel Schultz. He's a injury attorney. He helps me out completely. He's been my number one supporter since the day I went pro. So always got love for him. Off the top of my head, obviously Delray Beach Boxing Club. We have a good client of mine as well. He owns a nonprofit called Kids Kickstart. If you can find it, kidskickstart.org. He helps, like, you know, fund technology for children
Great,
who
man.
who can't afford it to pursue with their education. Tidal Water Sports, cool, like boating company. They do water sports, obviously. Cool captain friend of mine. NMG Bullies, man, I got a lot of sponsors, bro. I got a lot of stuff up. Everybody wants a piece of it. I got Titan Restoration Construction. Obviously, you know, they help restore homes. Forever Young Jupiter, Forever Young Delray. They're big supporters of mine too. That's how I stay healthy throughout my entire camp. So they're a big part of this camp. And yeah, man, I hope I didn't miss anybody. And if I did, I'm sorry, but
we'll tag them. We'll just tag them.
Yeah, we'll tag them. It's a long list, man. I couldn't be more thankful. So,
nah, man, I'm thankful, brother, and not only for your professional relationship, man, with here on the podcast, bro, but you've always been a cool guy to me and Joel, and we appreciate it, man. We can't wait to see you,
love you guys,
come and put some action out there, brother.
For sure, absolutely, it's gonna be a fun night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you can check them out February 2nd at the Hard Rock Hollywood and Casino Hotel and Casino. Go check it out. Buy your tickets today. Trust me, you're not gonna miss it. It's a jam-packed card, and Justin's gonna be on it, putting on fireworks. Make sure to make sure to hit the like button on this video. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. Until next time, peace.